Welcome back. This is our MRS22 Spring 2022 test number 1 review, question number 2, or part 2. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure you catch part 1. We've got 15 of these, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to do a video for each one, hopefully. And hopefully you guys get these as soon as possible, and I hope you guys are studying. So there's a topic here that talks about being able to convert radicals, simplified radicals, and being able to change them into exponentials and exponential to radicals and all. So let's take a look at each one. This question says, for positive values of x, which expression is equivalent to the square root of 16x squared times x to 2/3 plus the cube root of 8x to the 5th power? Let's simplify what we can, especially the numbers on the radical. So I'll take care of the square root of 16x squared. And so we can break this down to the square root of 16 times the square root of x squared. And we see in this case, square root of 16 is 4, and the square root of x squared is x. So our first term is really 4x. We're going to multiply with x to 2/3. So we have, in this case, 4x times x to the 2/3. Now what I'm going to do is, sorry, my handwriting is terrible. Oh my goodness, terrible handwriting. I'll try this again. Yeah, maybe I'll get a new laptop with a stylus. So until then, my stylus is my big fat finger. All right. So one of the things that you should do, especially when dealing with exponents, we are multiplying two numbers with the same base. In this case, both base x. And when we multiply two numbers same base x, we keep the base the same, and we're going to add exponents. So when I see x, I really want to put x to the first power, because it reminds me I'm going to be adding 1 plus the 2/3. Now, so 4 times x to the first times x to the 2/3 gives us a value of 4x to the 1 and 2/3, or really 5/3. Okay, so 1 plus 2/3 is going to be 5/3. And the funny thing in this case is that we should know that we can change any number raised as a fractional exponent into a radical. Our rule in this case is going to be, when we have the bth root of x to the a, that's the same as x to the a over b. And in the same way, if I have some number raised to a fractional exponent, it can be expressed as a radical here, where the denominator b is the index, and a is the exponent of the number underneath the radical. Okay, so it works both ways. And so we're going to change this 4x to 5/3 to 4 cube root, meaning index is 3, of x to the 5th power. You might be saying, why are you changing this for? You'll notice that all the answers have radicals to them, right? So we want to change our exponential form into radical form. Now we're going to evaluate the cube root of 8x to the 5th. Okay, so now, again, the cube root of 8x to the 5th can be expressed as the cube root of 8 times the cube root of x to the 5th. So we can separate, because when you have, in this case, underneath the radical, the things are multiplying, we can separate the two numbers as the two separate radicals multiply each other. And the cube root of 8 is going to be 2. So this is really 2 times the cube root of x to the 5th. So now we take both of these. We take this here, the 4 cube root of x to the 5th, and we're adding this here, the 2 cube root of x to the 5th. Now when it comes to radicals, we have to make sure that both of them have the same exact index and the same exact radicand, the number of the radical. So we see in this case that we have this 2 cube root x to the 5th plus 4 cube root x to the 5th. 4 plus 2, we just add when we're adding radicals, and they're the same like radicands, we're going to, in this case, just add the coefficients, giving us 6 cube roots of x to the 5th power. And of course, the only one that matches up here is going to be choice B. Choice B. Now, so when we do these things, please make sure you're checking your work and make sure you're writing everything out to show your work for the process. All right, everybody? So yeah, this was a little bit toughy. You had to kind of like, in this case, simplify, but also remember how to rewrite, use our working for combining, multiplying two numbers with the same base and add exponents, and then rewriting a number raised to a fractional exponent into radical form. And then, of course, combine later on. All right, everybody? I hope this was helpful. And if it was helpful, again, please give a like, subscribe to the channel, and, share. Share in this case if someone's like, yeah, this was kind of tough, though. Right? So, and again, I hope it's helpful when you guys are studying, though. All right? Everybody, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. And leave any questions or comments in the comment section below. All right? Take care, bye. I'll see you next time.